Right, so I was going to start off by doing a talk was going to be a tribute to Ignite, but then I thought I was going to be very, very patronising about it because you've all been to Ignite before, hopefully, and let's face it, I am very, very good at being patronising. Not quite as good as this guy, who will tell you not to vote on national television, and he'll even sound sensible while telling you not to vote. Next week, coming up, we've got the general election. It's really, really important to vote. Your vote matters. Right, 320 years ago was the very first general election that had to be held in England for English people. 300, just check my notes. 307 years ago was the first general election to take place after the Act of the Union, which gave everyone throughout the British Isles a say in what was going on. So, using that in mind, anniversaries that are taking place in the year 2015. The first one is, it was 800 years ago, the Magna Carta was signed. This devolved power from the king to give it to normal people. The most important thing of which was trial by your peers rather than just the king being able to tell you what to do. 200 years ago, the Battle of Waterloo. This was, there was a survey took place last week. Most Britons do not associate Waterloo with beating Napoleon. 62% didn't know the Duke of Wellington beat Napoleon at Waterloo. 47% associate with the ABBA song. The first line of the ABBA song is, my, well, at Waterloo, where Napoleon did surrender. So no one listens to songs, obviously. So, I've completely missed the Women's Institute. I do apologise. 70 years ago, the World War II ended. 35 years ago, OMD from Liverpool released a song about that, which was very anti-war. Amazing. That does tend to be my go-to word when I'm panicking, by the way. 60 years ago, the Lord of the Rings trilogy was completed. Cheating slightly because it was started 12 years before that. Also, 60 years ago, the Eurovision Song Contest came into fruition. This year, they're building more bridges by inviting Australia to take part. It's the first time that a non-European country has taken part. There's nothing in the rules to say that that can't happen, by the way. And now I'm ahead of myself again. 30 years ago, Band-Aid. Live Aid, sorry. Band-Aid was the year before. Live Aid, again. Yes. Live Aid. Stop. I always do this. Sorry. 30 years ago, EastEnders and Neighbours both started. They both filmed very nice birthday cards to each other. Go check them out on YouTube. They're hilarious. 18 years ago, South Park first appeared on TV. This joke is not funny because Tom is not here. And that's all I have to say about that, really. 10 years ago, this was the very first Redheads convention taking place in Holland. A more skilled Vincent is being celebrated this year. He paints, he's Van Gogh. 5 years ago, Ignite started. And that's why we're all here, isn't it? We've got, again, check my notes. Right, the very first speaker at Ignite, as we all know from the quiz, which is gazumped this bit, was Adrian. He spoke about how to organise an event. How's that going? Yes. So again, I do have to very, very much thank Dan, Adrian, Neil, Mandy, Andy, and if it moves along, Mark, for putting on this event, because what it's done to me, I've only spoke 3 times at this event, but I've been coming here for 2 years. It has been something that's got me out of my shell from standing at the bar, and it's made me think, let's get up and like talk and share some of our experiences. And listening to some of the things that people like to talk about. Last time at Ignite, it was an event based around Elvis. Where else could you have an Elvis themed night that was absolutely surrounded by, oops. You have an Elvis night where you hear like talks about like where the Berlin Wall came down, how Facebook uses your data, and the roller derby. So this is it. This is Ignite. This is Liverpool. And this is the wonder of this. Thank you.